Now that we're done adding or subtracting polynomials, we are now going to proceed with multiplication of polynomials. This video is tasked for that. So I'm going to share to you right now the materials found in our module. So we will start with practice exercise A. In practice exercise A, we are going to multiply this monomial into a group of terms. In number one, you have binomial, in number two and three, trinomial. To do this, we could use here the distributive property. But of course, if you have your own method, mathematically correct methods, you may use them if you're more comfortable with them. I'm just going to show you the basic process in multiplying polynomials using the distributive property. So to distribute this one, we are going to distribute the whole monomial term. In the previous video, in the last practice exercise for adding and subtracting polynomials, we were able to talk about grouping symbols. And we have distributed the signs to all the signs inside to all the signs of the terms inside the grouping symbol. So we are going to use the same concern, but we are not just only going to distribute the sign, but we are going to distribute the whole. And by distribution, again, we are going to distribute this. And then by distribution, we are going to distribute the whole to each of the terms here, not just in the first, not just in the second, but the whole of all of the terms here will be given with 4a squared. A multiplying of polynomials, so multiplication of polynomials, this is now where the first law of exponent we discussed in the previous unit will be applicable. The first law of exponent talks about multiplication law of exponents. So this is the time that can now manipulate the literal coefficients. Take note that in adding or subtracting polynomials, the use of the literal coefficients were just to determine whether they are like or not. If they are like, we can add or we can subtract. But even if we are going to add or subtract, we cannot manipulate the literal coefficients. We are only going to use the numerical coefficients. But for this practice exercise, the multiplication of polynomials, we can now manipulate the literal coefficients using that mentioned law of exponent. But I'm going to show it to you where. So we are going to distribute this. So this becomes a factor for a squared times a squared. Okay. Now, I don't mind which process you will use, but I'm always going to advise you that we are going to use here plus as a separator. Again, they should be separated because in the given, we have binomial. The monomial will be distributed to the binomial. So we are going to have two separate computations later on. But regardless of whether the operation separating here is addition or subtraction, I'm always going to convince you, acknowledge you, encourage you to always use the plus sign. Because even if it's negative, it will return always to negative later on. Take note of what happened to the grouping symbol when we talk about addition and subtraction of polynomials. If before the grouping symbol, the sign is positive, nothing will change in the next group. So it doesn't necessarily affect the other. But if you will use here minus sign, it may affect whatever the result. So I'm going to encourage you to use plus sign. And the second term will have factors for a squared. And since I have used here plus sign, this is the time that this minus here will be taken by the next term. It should take the whole. Do not just use 4. It should take the whole expression here, including the sign. So times negative 4. This is the first process in multiplication monomial to this binomial. And then we are going to simplify them independently. Okay, do not add because again, we are only assured to add or subtract if they are alike, but we are not yet sure if they are alike or unlike. So let's combine this first. To combine, we are going to multiply the numerical coefficients and literal coefficients. So 4 times 1 is 4 because it has 1 here. And then you have a, since we have this is now the multiplication law will come in. Multiplying variables with the same base, you're going to add the exponents. So we have a squared, so you have that. This is for the first group of terms. And then you will have here plus the second one. 4 times negative 4 becomes negative 16. And since a squared has no partner, it stays a squared. To finalize our result, this still become 4 and add the exponents a to the power of 4. And then this is where you will apply now the breaking of the grouping symbol. Right? As you can see, even if I used here or we used here plus, positive times negative will still return to negative as the sign here in the middle. So it doesn't change the whole value. But if you will use here minus, it will result to a catastrophic failure later. So you have negative minus 16a squared. As you can see, the terms in our result have literal coefficients a to the power 4 and a squared. They are unlike, therefore we cannot subtract them. This is now our final answer. Okay, this is the answer for number 1. Number 2, let us distribute the whole term here, not just x, not just y, but the whole xy, and distribute not just in the first term, not just in the second term, but for the whole terms here. And then you will have here xy times 2x. Never mind if the separator here is minus, or I'm encouraging you to use plus a separator. And then you will still have xy, and then this will be carried by 2y minus 2y. And again, use plus sign. And then you will have here xy times 1. These are now the 3 different pairs that you need to simplify separately. Do not combine them first with the other groups. Combine each of the pair before deciding if there are terms that are supposedly to be combined because they are like. So let's start here. The numerical coefficient of this is 1. So 1 times 2 is still 2. And then x has a partner. So x, exponent here is 1 plus exponent here is also 1. Since y doesn't have any partner, it stays y. That's it for the first pair. Then plus second group. 1 times negative 2, negative 2, and then x has no partner, it stays x. Y has a partner, so we add the exponents 1 plus 1. That's it for the second term. And then plus 1 times 1 is also 1. And then you have here x, y. So you have this, and then finalize the result. So you have here 2, 1 plus 1 becomes squared, and then y. And then this becomes, again, apply now the breaking of grouping symbol. Okay, again, do not worry if you have used plus sign, even if it's minus earlier, they will be combined into minus. 2xy, 1 plus 1 squared. And finally, plus xy. Notice that in the final result, there are no more like terms. So this stays as the final answer. Let's proceed to the last item. Last item, let me bring this down here. And then distribute the term, not just 5, not just f, not just g, not just h, but the whole. And then you'll have here these groups 5 FGH times 5F. And then plus, use plus, let's use this one. Yeah. And then 5 FGH times 5G. And then again, use plus sign, even if it's minus, do not worry. You have 5 FGH times negative 5. Okay, which will result later to this. 5 times 5, 25. F has a partner, 1 plus 1. Let me write it better. F, 1 plus 1. G has no partner, it stays G. H has no partner, it stays H. Next, plus 5 times 5 is another 25. F has no partner, it stays F. G, 1 plus 1. And H has no partner, it stays H. And finally, plus 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. By the way, it has H here. Sorry for that. Let me erase this. Okay. So 25. F has no partner, it stays F. G will stay G. But H has a partner, 1 plus 1. So the final result, you have here 25 F squared G F squared H plus 25 FG squared H. And then you apply here the breaking of the grouping symbol. Positive times negative will become minus 25 FG. 1 plus 1 for the exponent of H squared. Notice that in this expression here, all of them have the same numerical coefficient. However, in adding and subtracting algebraic expressions, we don't concern with similarity of numerical coefficient. We are more concerned with similarity of literal coefficients. Look at the coefficients here. F squared, this has none, therefore they are unlike. The second and third term, yes, they have the same exponent for F, I mean, but for G and H, they don't have the same exponent. Therefore, this is now the final result. Or let me do it that way. Final result. So for multiplication of polynomials, we're still going to combine. And if we could add later, we need to add. If we could subtract, we need to add. But if they are unlike terms, no need. They stay as they are. So this is the first part of multiplying polynomials. We still have two more videos, so please be excited with them and master this video in preparation for those two other videos. Goodbye.